built in you, in your brain, wired your brain in a way that your behavior became what it was. And then you add on to that more thinking about what people would think, added another layer in there to create another layer of behavior. But when you take the thinking and the behavior and you put it together, what we don't understand is that the thinking that we have also has attached to it feelings. Or let me rephrase that. Your thoughts actually have an emotion attached to it. So when that thought comes to your consciousness, there is an emotion attached with it.
My Lord, come on now.
And so that emotion then kicks into play. Now what happens is a feeling comes into play. And the feeling is different than the emotion. The feeling could be, I just feel sad, I feel depressed, I feel alone, I feel this, I feel whatever the feeling is. And all of a sudden you take that emotion, that thought, and that feeling, and you put it together and you get an attitude. And your attitude is what cannot be hidden. It will come out in what you say, it will come out in how your expression is, what you look like when you're going through. That's what will happen. And they found that you can't hide attitude. No matter how you try, you cannot hide your attitude. And so what God delivered you from was, first of all, He delivered you from a thought process.
Come on now.
Yes, yes.
A toxic thought process that had an emotion attached to it, which then had assigned also a feeling that created an attitude.
Wow.
And God said, not only did I deliver you, when we sung that song, I Am Free, not only did He deliver us from a thought process, but He also delivered us from an emotion that comes with the thought process, and also the feeling that we feel when we had the thought process, and now the attitude is gone. So He didn't just deliver us from something. It's like, Lord, you went down deep. And let me just say this, and then I'm on. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Look, your thoughts weren't in your consciousness. Your thoughts were in your subconscious. And there are thousands and billions of thoughts there. And each one of them having an emotion attached to it. God said, I'm going to go to you, Charlene, and I'm going to go to a region that you don't even understand.
Come on, a new pathway.
Going down there.
Come on now.
Because you don't know those thoughts are there until they come to the surface. And what we don't understand is God allows situations to happen in our lives because He needs that thought to come to the surface.
Ooh, come on now.
He needs that emotion to come to the surface. He needs that feeling to come to the surface so that He can bring it into captivity and set you free from it. When we get in the midst of people, when we get in the midst of situations and those feelings start coming, sometimes we want to push them down. Right. Oh, this just ain't godly. And God's like, no, let it come on up. He says, so we can capture this thing, so we can set you free from this thing. So the thought process, the emotion, the feeling, the attitude, got something to set you free, all of that. All of that. All of that. People are depressed and have suicidal thoughts because first they started with the thought process. And maybe the thought process started because there were their five sensories. Their sensory world took in some information that created a thought in their subconscious. And they began to just hang out there. They took it into their consciousness. It came from the sensory world into their conscious. They began to ponder it there in their conscious, which built memory in their subconscious. And when they were sleeping, that thought was still building.
My Lord.
And when they woke up, it entered into the conscious. And it had attached to it an emotion. And then all of a sudden a feeling, I feel depressed.
Captivity.
I feel depressed. And now all of a sudden I got an attitude with that. I walk around and I have a look that I'm not happy. I have a feeling that I'm lonely and nobody understands.
Captivity.
All started in the subconscious. And God said, I need to clean up your subconscious.
Surface.
I need to get you set free from that.
Surface.
See, if you don't have those thoughts, you won't have those feelings. You won't have those emotions. God says going to replace them with some healthy thoughts.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
See, when I sing I am free,
Yes.
see, I don't know about y'all, but when I was singing I am free, I was letting that thing go on into my conscious and work its way into my subconscious to build a memory inside of me that when I'm walking around, and regardless of what everybody else thinking, what everybody else is saying, whatever's going on in this world, what's going to come to my conscious is I'm free.
Yes.
And there's going to be a feeling with that. There's going to be an emotion with that. And people are going to see joy on my face. They're going to see excitement. They're going to see that I'm in the presence of somebody named Jesus. They're going to see a glow about me. My countenance is going to change. Because I'm free. Amen.
Amen. Amen.